intro. Come on, your podcast. Intro.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Heart of Gratitude. I am Bethany Jordan.
And I'm Serena.
Serena is back, and I don't have to talk all by myself today.
Oh, please, you were fine.
But no, yes. She is back, and I am happy, and we are... Sneeze. Bless you.
The burning, and you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah, and then you kind of wait for it to build up,
and then it just passes.
Nothing. Yeah, so today we're doing a little bit of a Thanksgiving episode because Thanksgiving is Thursday. Mm-hmm. Well, it's always on a Thursday, but it's this coming Thursday, and it is Monday today, and you're going to be seeing it tomorrow, Tuesday. So Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday. So in 2 days?
2 days.
2 days. 3 days for us, 2 days for you. So yeah, do you have any words? Hello, good morning, afternoon, really. What are some Thanksgiving traditions that you guys have? We don't
really have any. Yeah. We will throw like the Macy's parade on, but it's kind of like background noise. Yeah. It's just we started to my mom and I started to walk every Thanksgiving because it's been warm the last couple of Thanksgivings. It's been warm in the 50s. So we'll walk in the morning, and sometimes we'll walk to Dunkin'. Other times we'll just walk. Aside from that, I
loved hearing about the Dunkin' and how that Dunkin' knows your mom.
We've been going to that Dunkin' for so long, and she's definitely she's a regular for sure. Yeah. A new tradition, kind of, I guess. We dog sit on Thanksgiving.
Fun.
So we have one particular house guest that comes. Cute. Has been coming the last, I think, 3 years. And yeah, we'll be here either Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon.
Was this the one I met?
Yes, nice. The big golden doodle.
Aww.
Yeah. So he's really good. We just have to make sure that he doesn't put his paws on the counter.
I want a golden doodle.
Me too, but not that big.
Going to be. You see, if it's a golden doodle, I'm fine if it's a bit big.
Yeah. It doesn't shed, so you don't have to worry about that hair.
That's the only thing I worry about. I don't think I can get around the shedding. I need no shedding.
Yes,
absolutely. And then
no shedding.
I don't care how big the dog is. If you don't shed, I want you. But yeah, I can't think of any more Christmas time. There's more traditions there than Thanksgiving. Yeah. But Macy's Day's Parade, hello words. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That one for sure will always be on. We literally start cooking the second we wake up.
So do we.
It's crazy. And it's all this build up, and then we eat it, and then it's just like,
now what?
It was just almost 24 hours of cooking, or obviously less than 24 hours, but it's just for us to eat it. And now what? But I mean, we're a huge game family. Yeah. We'll play board games or I don't know, card games, whatever kind of games. We'll do that. So yeah, I'll probably make some kind of drink. Last time I made, what did I make last time? Was it last year or 2 years ago? I made a banana bread old fashioned. It was very good. And then we like to use there's a smoker that you put on top of the glass, and then there's some wood chips, and then you kind of burn the wood chips, and it smokes the glass and the bourbon that's in the glass, and it's just so nice. It's nice. Anyway, but yeah, so that's typical Thanksgiving Day, the Macy's Parade, cooking. The thing is, I am never trusted in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
It's not that I'm never trusted. It's just it's never...
is not your strong suit?
It's not. I don't know if it's my strong suit or it's just I'm not wanted in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
So I'm like the errand boy. So I'll be like ripped out of bed and being like, we need this, we need this, we need this, we need that, go! And I'm the one who's constantly like 3 or 4 trips to Stop and Shop in the duration of them cooking Thanksgiving.
That's funny.
Any kind of holiday or any big meal that we're cooking, that's always me. I'm always the errand boy, and Stop and Shop probably knows my face. We live like 5 minutes from Stop and Shop. So I'm always the one running out, getting the stuff, which I don't mind. It's like, that's my role now. I've kind of accepted it as my role. Yeah. And they do all the cooking, I do all the drinks kind of thing. So like I'll put together drinks or whatever for dinner. So that's like my role. That's my strong suit. So I stick with it. Stick with it. It kind of like we kind of just sank into our roles, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't like you're gonna do this, it just kind of naturally happened. My sister Mariah cooks with my dad. She does the turkey.
I can so see that.
Yeah, I'm not a huge turkey person, but Mariah does a really good turkey.
Yum.
Yeah, Naomi is big on sides. She'll do a lot of side dishes and everything, and then me, I'll do drinks, like I said, run around, and then my mom's cleaning. Yeah. And then my grandma will be sitting there watching something on the TV.
Nice. Love it.
And literally, that's, if you walk into our house on a Thanksgiving morning, that is what's happening. But yeah, so.
And it falls late this year, so like we're also going to do the tree.
Yeah.
So we're going to decorate the tree, I think, the next day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get our tree. I don't know if they want to get a real tree. Lately, we've been getting real trees.
Oh, fun.
It smells so good. It makes the house smell so nice. It's a pain in the butt to clean up, though.
Yes, it is.
You have needles in that house for, like, years to come.
Yeah.
I'll be walking around and get stabbed by a needle, like, 5 months after we cleaned up for Christmas. But,
I don't know. Would you rather clean up the needles?
Okay.
Or if you have a fake tree like us, have to sit there and separate each branch, because when you fold it up, you have to pull it out. We also have a fat tree. Like, we don't need to have a tree that's this thick.
Yeah.
So like Thanksgiving, probably afternoon, evening, I'm gonna be sitting around the tree, just like pulling the branches apart.
You see, we used to do the fake tree, so I know how that is. But then also, I don't know. I think I like the real tree.
Yeah.
I could go either, but I think just like aesthetic wise, I like the real tree. Not that you really could tell the difference other than like going up and you feel the smell and you feel the needles and all
now
of
they
that.
make those scent. I want to buy them this year. Actually, I should probably order them like today. The scent sticks that you stick in the tree.
In the tree? No way. Mm-hmm. Oh, why hasn't that been sooner?
I think it's new.
That's crazy.
Or at least on social media, it looks new.
I feel like that's something that took a while for someone to figure out.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been already figured. Does that make sense? Do those sentences?
Like it should have been publicized sooner.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's something that someone should have thought of sooner than it did. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we're probably going to decorate Christmas right after. So you're like an after Thanksgiving decorating Christmas.
Absolutely.
So
we have like some of the big things up. Like you'll look at our house from the outside. You'll see like the angels lining the fence, but then you'll still see pumpkins. Yeah. The lights have been up for over a month because we do the lights when it's warm and when Justin's off of teaching. Yeah. So like sense. Veterans Day, or there was some other like random holiday where he just jumped up on the roof and they lined the roof. Mm-hmm. The tree is up only because we took out all the decorations last weekend. But it's, like, tucked in a corner, so you really can't, like... I mean, you see it, but... Yeah. We are very adamant about after Thanksgiving is when the house can be lit. Yeah. Yep. Before Thanksgiving, it's like, no.
No, it's too soon. I have some students that are like, we have all our decorations up, all our Christmas, and I'm like, it's not even, like, Thanksgiving yet. Yeah. My thing is, there's no Christmas music, there's no Christmas decorating until Santa Claus comes down the Macy's Day Parade and finishes the Macy's Day Parade. That's when I turn the Christmas music on.
Yes.
That's exactly the moment. And I'm like, okay, Christmas time is officially here. Santa Claus has come to New York City.
I follow this girl on Instagram who has decorated her book room. I guess it's her book room. I don't think it's her bedroom. I think she literally has a library in her house. Goals. Anyway.
All I want.
She's been decorated for Christmas, I think, since, like, October.
No, that's too soon.
And she did it. She was like, it makes me happy, and I was having a really hard time, so I just did it. And, like, some newspaper or magazine did a whole article on her. Yeah.
It's too soon. No, because I wanna really, like, cherish the Christmas season. Yeah. And if I do it too soon, then I get tired of it. Yeah. I mean, I guess some people don't get tired of it, but like after a while it's just kind of like, oh yeah, the decorations are up, and it's still like December 1st, you know. I don't know, I like going with the seasons.
Yes,
like everything. And then we also I mean, we've mentioned it on the podcast before, like we keep our tree up till Three Kings Day, which is January 6th. Yeah, January 6th. And so we keep it up later than a lot of people do. So there was one year we put our tree up like December 24th.
Oh, yeah.
It's like sometimes just schedules don't work out.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just my parents then eventually doing it. You know, as you get older, it changes with like the excitement. Whereas like when you were younger, like decorating the Christmas tree was the most exciting thing you could ever do. And now like with work and everything, it's just like it's not the same when everybody has like that busy schedule where it's just like only part of the family can do it. It's like different when everybody is there and everybody's involved. That's when it's the most exciting. But now as you're older, it's just like, oh, I have to work. It's just like I gotta work. I can't do it. But it's always nice coming home and seeing everything just like decorated and ready to go for Christmas. Which we should probably start thinking about Christmas presents. I'm the worst when it comes to Christmas presents. I'm never on time with that.
I just ordered 2 today. And I have to order like 2 more later. But I ordered the 2 most expensive things today because I get paid on Friday. So I was like,
nice.
I can, it's okay. Like, I can buy them now, and then my next paycheck, I'll just get everything else. Like,
and then it'll look like as if you never spent the money.
Exactly.
Because it'll just go right back.
Yeah.
Even though.
Not how it works.
But it's just like using cash and being like, wow, I didn't spend any money today. It's just like, well, you did. It's just like, but, Thanksgiving, thankfulness, and we'll jump right into hard pivot. That's been being said a lot, I find, hard pivot.
Yeah. Even like outside the pod.
Yeah.
I picked up on people saying it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, hard pivot. But, so the importance of being thankful, you know, especially as a Christian, you know, we see so many scripture verses talking about how we should be giving thanks and how we should be thankful. And, you know, it really does change your mindset when you start thinking about things that you are grateful for above things that might not be going your way, so to say. And just recently, my dad, he had gotten these books, and it's like almost like a study journaling, going through what you're reading and just being able to write it down here and everything. And in like there's a page that talks about like what are you reading and what did you get from it, but then the previous page there's like 4 categories, and one is like memorize, so a verse that you're memorizing for the week. Then it has a section of gratitude, and it says name 3 things you're grateful for this week. And it's funny because sometimes like when I sat there and I started this journal, I was like, why is this a bit difficult to name 3 things that I'm grateful for, kind of thing. And it's just like, of course, there's a bunch of things that you can just like list off, you know. Every Christian, number 1, of course, is salvation, you know. But I was sitting there and I'm like, like outside of that, like, what can I say that I'm truly grateful for? And I'm like, I don't like that I it took me a second to write things down. And so I like that it gives you for like every week, you know, write down 3 things. And it's not even like a whole bunch of things they're asking you.
Yeah.
But 3 things you're grateful for. And I'm like, I want to start really focusing more on things that I can put down in that section. Like noticing the things that I do, you know, find that I am grateful for and everything. I mean, our podcast is Heart of Gratitude, you know? It's just like, okay, I need to start, you know, focusing. And sometimes you don't realize that you're not really focusing on that until, like, something like this happens where it's just like, okay, list 3 things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, I have to start now changing the way I look at things. Stop looking at the negative. It's so easy to get caught up in the negatives in life because they almost seem much more bigger in our lives than the positives. When, if you really think about it, the positives they should weigh heavier in our life than the negatives do. So we can go back and forth and list off some verses. I don't know if you had any, but
I could probably find. But I think I wanted to just harp on the fact that, like, as Christians, our mindset needs to change. With every negative, there's always a positive, and that's something that comes with maturity also. And I know for me, like, this year, in the spirit of, like, thankfulness and just reflection in general, like, it's easy to take for granted the things that we should be grateful for.
Yeah.
And it's easy to just overlook what you think could be something that's so small, but then, like, when you actually look at it, it's like, oh, like, that was a big part of, like, my year. I'm in, like, the yearly reflection mindset already. So, like, it's crazy to, when you sit and think and you're like, wow, I'm so grateful for something as, like, for me, I take for granted, like, my health. I've never been so sick as I was this year. And then even before that, like, I would get sick maybe, like, once a year, if that. And then, especially in the last, like, month or 2, that's been the only thing I've written down. Every single day, I'm like, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my health. Like, to keep that at the forefront because, you know, it's mind, body, soul that we have to be healthy, and just, we take that for granted. And I just have been such in the mindset of, like, the smallest things that God gives us are the biggest things we need to be grateful for.
Yeah, and the thing is, the smallest things that God give us, he knows that those are the exact things that we need too. Yeah. Like, they don't have to be something super big. It could be, like, a random person coming up to you and saying something that you needed to hear that you didn't realize you needed to hear. And it could be completely out of left field. Like, like, I don't know, for an example, like, I was feeling down. We, like, don't have to get into details about why, but I wasn't feeling like myself. And someone just randomly came up to me and was just like, you know, you look really pretty today. I hope someone told you that. And it's just like, it was one of those things where it's just like, I didn't realize that's the tiniest thing someone could tell me. But it's just like, oh, wow. Like, I needed to hear that. And it's just like, yeah, it's like a silly example. Like, I'm not here being like, people told me I'm pretty. Like, like, that's not what I'm saying. But it's just like, God knows what you need. And he knows what you need to hear. He knows what you physically need. And it's just like those little things that might seem like nothing could leave the biggest impact on you, you know? And it's just like, he can orchestrate all of that, and we do, like you said, we can really take it for granted.
So I guess, because I pulled up some verses on Thanksgiving in the YouVersion app, but I want to look at specifically Colossians 4:2, which says, continue steadfastly in prayer, be watchful in it with thanksgiving. And it here referring to prayer, like, I once heard in one of our Sunday school classes, this is years ago, and it always stuck with me, and somebody had said, if you just pray for it once, do you really want it? Yeah. If you Sorry, I got a notification. Hold on. Train of thought is there. If you pray for it once, do you really want it? But if you pray for it continuously, are you also giving thanks for it? Even if God hasn't said yes yet. If God says no, are you giving thanks for that closed door maybe that, you know, God was saying, this is not for you right now, but in the future maybe. Or maybe just never. And I think it's so important that as we pray, we have to thank God for not only what we've already received, but what we're going to receive, because it's always future looking. We shouldn't be just dwelling on the past and what's already happened in the past. And we need to move forward and figure out how we can be used by the Lord, forward-minded and forward-thinking, because what's already happened in the past is already in the past. Like, we don't need to check our rearview mirrors all the time.
Nope.
Like, we're always moving forward. 'Cause that's why I love that analogy of driving a car, because you always have to look straight. At least check your blind spots, but you have to focus on the road. And
well, it's like also like if we're using the analogy of driving, like sometimes you have to like look back, but like those quick glances back can show you how much you've gone forward, kind of thing. So it's just like, we can't dwell on the past and be upset forever about certain things that happened in the past, but we can take a look back to see how God has grown us, you know, see things that God has taken us away from that we thought we wanted, you know, and that's where we can grow that thankfulness, because if we just forget about everything that happened in the past, like, then we won't be able to see the growth that God is doing in us.
So I just like that verse.
No, that's a really good verse. I found a list of things that we could just go through. A lot Psalms. I mean, so the first one, Psalms 107:1. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 7:17. I will give to the Lord the thanks due his righteousness, and I will sing praises to his name of the Lord, the Most High. In 1 Thessalonians 5:18, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Philippians 4:6, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known to God. Colossians 3:15, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. I really like that verse. And let the peace of Christ rule in your heart, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. The peace of Christ is so needed, I feel. And that's like one thing that I recently have been needing to dwell on more, just how important it is to understand the peace that Christ brings. It's so easy to get trapped into that negative mind space, like we were saying before, but it's such a simple but not simple, but it's just like Christ is peace, you know. There's no need to worry, there's no need to be anxious, like it says in the Philippians verse. And so just dwelling on, you know, God's peace alone brings that thanksgiving. You know, it really does. It shows us how much he cares and how much he loves us. So much so that he will give us that peace, you know. It's like it goes hand in hand. Once you see what he gives and what he brings, it's that like it's almost unstoppable that the thanksgiving will come with it. Once you really recognize how much joy, love, and peace that Christ will like literally overflow in your heart, I can't respond with anything but thanksgiving for that. Yeah,
and I think it's important as we sit in this time of thankfulness, and obviously we're not just thankful in November, like we're thankful all year round,
of course.
As we sit in this season of thankfulness, it's so important to vocalize that, not only in your prayer time with the Lord, but also to other people, like kind of like what you were saying before. You never know what somebody needs to hear as far as encouragement, and you know, even just saying something as simple as like, I'm thankful for you, or you know, like tomorrow night we have a service here that people can share like out loud what they are thankful for. And I think it's such a testimony to hear, not only when like ourselves when we vocalize everything that the Lord has done in our lives and how we're thankful for that, but also to hear other people and hear other people's stories and testimonies and what they're thankful for. And it's an encouragement. And I think this is also, I like saying it's a season of encouragement because, you know, the colder months are the colder months, and they are not the greatest months sometimes, although I love the colder months, not gonna lie, I do. But for some people's mindset, it's not the greatest of months or the greatest of seasons. And this is a season where us as Christians, we can be the light and we can be the encouragement that somebody else might need in a time of darkness where there's only 9 hours of light a day.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, like seasonal depression, where it's just like you're not getting the same amount of sunlight, and there is that feeling that kind of comes with the colder months.
Total side tangent, but how hard is it for you to get up early now? Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
No, it's rough, and then add the cold into that. Cold and dark, and because like I get up at 5 every other day to go to the gym. Oh my gosh, I
still haven't been back.
I'm walking into the gym, my hood up, and I'm just miserable. I'm just like,
hey, but at least you're getting there.
Yeah, it's just like it takes so much in me not to like just turn around, because like I love it so much. I love going and I love training and everything, but it just takes so much, especially once your car gets so nice and warm, and then you reach your destination and you have to get out of your car to walk into the building or wherever. That's the worst part, because it's like you're coming from your house, which is nice, warm. You're coming, like, your bed. You're all cold, like warm and everything. You have to get up, get changed, walk out into the cold to your car. Start driving. Wait till your car warms up. And, like, my drive is about, like, a 10-minute drive. By the time I get there, it's just like this nice, warm, like, it's like my car becomes like a blanket. And then I have to get there. Like, I've only had like maybe, I want to say 6 minutes of this warmth. And I park and I'm like,
time to get out.
Time to get out. And the thing is, like, I'm always leaving with just enough time to make it. So if I wait in my car any longer, like, I'm gonna be a couple minutes late. So it's just like I have to get out. I have to get out. And I mean, this is such a side tangent, but like taking jiu-jitsu, like I wear the gi and everything. Your girl still struggles tying her gi belt, okay? So I'm getting there with like 1 minute to spare, and then I'm in the bathroom struggling, trying to quickly tie. Mind you, 6 o'clock in the morning too. The sun has not yet arisen. And I'm in the bathroom trying to quickly tie my belt, and it's just like, on top of being tired, cold, now I'm trying to rush because at 6 o'clock, you know, they'll start the class, and I'm in the bathroom, and it's finally, I'm just like, screw it, and I just tie it and run out. Oh my gosh, it's like a whole ordeal, and I'm like, Bethany, if you just get there a couple minutes earlier, you'd have time to tie your belt properly. But no. Just no. Anyway, that was so off topic.
Little side tangent. We really do.
Little side tangent. But yeah, the sun, you don't realize how thankful you are for the sun until like winter comes and you don't get as much sunlight. We're like plants, you know.
No, we really are. Yeah. We really are.
But it's like one of the things that like I try to implement in my life is like I said, now starting this, you know, journal, is to really focus on like 1, 2, 3 things that it could be the smallest thing, that focus on those things that you're thankful for. I mean, when it comes to problems, like, you don't want to just like throw them in the back and never focus on dealing with them. There is a way that we do have to, you know, handle them. But one thing that we should be thankful for is that we can just give them over to God, you know, being thankful for the fact that it's just like some things are just, you know, I can't handle this right now, but I know you can. And so we are able to, you know, bring that to God and just be like, please help me carry this, you know, and he takes that from us, you know, he wants to take our burdens and he wants to pull us through all of these things. And so one thing that is just like, you can go through each one of God's characteristics and just, you know, realize how beneficial and how much, you know, how thankful we can be for them, you know, God's love, God's joy, God's peace, you know, all of these things, his mercy, you know, alone. And just every aspect of who God is, we can, you know, give thanks for that, because that is just poured out on us, allowing us to have this peace, allowing us to feel this love and joy. And so that is just like one of the biggest things, where it's just like sometimes sometimes I wake up and it's just like, Lord, just thank you. Like, I can't even verbalize like how much thanks I have for just who you are alone. And you know, that just hopefully and like prayerfully like bleeds into every aspect of my life, you know, like we're human. We get bogged down, we get like stuck and get into these like ruts and negative mindsets and everything, but we need to always remind ourselves to shift that mindset to recognizing what we do have, what we have been blessed with. And it really does change your outlook on life. You know, like how we even carry ourselves changes when we do have that heart of thanksgiving. You know, it really does change everything. So it's so important to start looking at even the smallest things that we're grateful for, and hopefully that'll eventually like build and build and build until we recognize that nothing is too, you know, bad isn't the word, that kind of is like makes it sound like cheesy in a sense, but nothing is too bad that we can't find something to be thankful for, you know. Obviously there are some situations that make that struggle, you know, a struggle, but to always find just at least one little thing. And so that's why I definitely want to keep going with this like journal, where it's just like find something different each week to be thankful for, you know. Really focus on, and it seems like such a simple task, but like I said in the beginning, it's just like, why is this hard to write down certain things that I'm thankful for, you know? But it changes your whole mindset. Yeah. So this not just this month, but every month, every year, you know, really find those things that you would be thankful for, you know. What we said it in a previous podcast, where it's just like the same part of your brain that you give thanks, or anxiety or something like that.
Anxiety and gratefulness like that can't exist in the same.
Exactly. Like you can't be thankful and anxious at the same time. So if you're being anxious, there's like that overwhelming, where it's just like you're just focusing on that one negative thing almost. Or it's just like, and it's not like this easy switch, like, oh, okay, you said that, I'm not anxious anymore. Like, trust me, I get into the worst kind, well, no, not that, I'm not trying to over-exaggerate, but like, I've been there where it's just like, I fixate. Like, I can't get out of this like negative thought. But it does take, you know, practice and time to like get out of that, because you can't be grateful and thankful and anxious at the same time, for sure. So we hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be back next week, and we will be in the Christmas season. I am so excited.
It's crazy.
I'm so excited. I love Christmas. Christmas makes me so happy. I don't know. It's just like, I get so happy, and then I decorate my little music room with all the Christmas stuff, and all this glitter that never leaves. It's just like a permanent like part of the room now because of all the glitter from last year. Anyway, I'm excited to start decorating my room and all of that. It's gonna be a great year. Yeah. All right. We are so happy to be doing this. As always, we're grateful for every watch, listen, every like, every comment. And we hope you get things out of this. All right. Bye.